Hello, everybody, and welcome to my review of Smackdown tonight. A lot of things going down in this show in Manchester, England. As you know, this show is taped. I believe it was, filmed earlier in the day because UK and America at times have different, schedules, everything. I did not really know the show's even going to be in the UK in general. I don't read spoilers, so I stayed away from them, nor did I even really know about any spoilers about the show in general. I heard either Raw or Smackdown. I don't know if Raw's filmed today or not, but Smackdown, no. I just watch the show when it comes on. I just don't like reading spoilers, so I will just watch the show and go off my opinion from there because I just don't like spoilers. But was the show going to be better from the NXT invasion last week? What do we have for Smackdown tonight? And what do we do to kick off this show with something bad already? Baron Corbin and a Corbin promo, which you know where this was going to go. And this promo, I swear to God, did not make a lot of sense, whatever Corbin was saying out here. But he started talking about Roman Reigns since he was finally getting that match against him tonight. Corbin pretty much talked about Reigns' accomplishments at first, from being Universal Champion, WWE Champion, how he never lost the Universal title, and talked about how he came back from, battling a life-threatening disease known as leukemia, coming back months later. And, the crowd kind of gave, Corbin, applause for saying that because, Reigns, he fought a deadly disease and was able to fight it and come back from it. But he's questioned what Roman Reigns has done lately, though, ever since he's done all this stuff. Corbin pretty much said that Reigns, he spends time in the hospital and takes time off with his family for vacation. And, he talked about this whole place here used to be your family. And he talked about Reigns is only half the man he used to be. And that his brothers in the Shield have abandoned him, even though one of them did leave the company. Corbin pretty much talked about the big dog's testicles has shriveled up into tiny little marbles. And then they had this giant dog on the screen, which is like Reigns' logo. And then he started barking almost like a little chihuahua. To be honest, my dog can bark a little bit louder. I'm not going to bring my dog over here into the camera because I'm sure she could bark louder, and she wouldn't even bark if I was even holding her right now to show you in front of the screen. But it sounded like a little chihuahua, yappy type of dog. And just, the dog barked, and Corbin called it, Roman's a little ankle biter now. Which I don't know where this thing was going, because I don't think anybody was reacting a lot towards this promo. And I guess he was the only one that found this funny, which I just thought it was lame. And you could tell by the crowd's silence it was lame. Corbin pretty much wondered where Roman's music was. And he told him to come out and bring his little testicles out to the ring. And pretty much Reigns wasn't actually there because he was granting, I guess, a starlight wish and making some child's day. And Reigns will be in the main event, so everybody can grab the little doggy poop bags and get ready to scrape up the excrement to take home as a souvenir when the fans all bend the knee to the king. Listen, this promo was bad. When I hear that whole dog pooper scooper thing, didn't John Moxley say something about this in Jericho's podcast months ago? Something to do, they were going to make him come out there and say something to do with a dog poop scoop and everything, and he didn't want to do it. Is this the promo he was talking about? Because it looked like shit out here. I will say that. So, I don't know who wrote this promo, Vince Creative or whatever. It was shit, okay? It just was bad. And Corbin is just, I don't know, man. I don't know where this was going. He just talked about, it's the big dog, testicles, poop scoops, big dogs barking like little dogs. What? I don't know where this was going, but right off the bat, SmackDown's already bad, and I'm sure people are going to miss last week's episode. But next thing you know, they went to Caleb Braxton interviewing the New Day. Pretty much said they had a message for Xavier Woods, who was hurt. Becky said, don't drop the soap. Kofi said, hey man, he's hurt, not in jail. And then, I guess, Big E's talking about, so he beat the embezzlement charges? Like, what? Like, he in jail now or something? Like, don't drop the soap. Boondocks episode. Pretty much Kofi said, we're here to focus on beating the Revival tonight, become the 7-time tag team champions. Because Biggie says if we don't win those titles, how will we ever catch up to Charlotte Flair's title reigns? She'll have more title wins than us, which is true. What is she, like 10-time champion now? So Biggie said we got to make it to 7. We got to beat Charlotte. We got to beat Charlotte's title. I swear Biggie always has a line to go at Charlotte, especially when it comes to title reigns, which is funny to me. They pretty much said that, they had the XW and armband, saying like, this for Woods, man. They ended up going against the Revival, which wasn't a bad match, and the crowd was into it. Kofi ended up hitting the Trouble in Paradise as Biggie held Dash Wilder, pretty much pinning up, becoming the new tag team champions. I didn't expect this to happen. Honestly, I didn't really have no slight in my mind that they were really going to win the titles in general. Listen, the Revival didn't really do shit with these titles again, just like the last time they had tag belts. Because when did they beat the New Day for these belts, by the way? Except it was with Woods. Yeah, I think they beat them for it, but come on, man, the Revival haven't really done anything. The last really notable thing the Revival did with those tag belts was when they were with Orton for a second, but Orton ended up going to Raw, so I guess there's nothing really happening going on with them. New Day win the tag titles again. I don't even know, was it necessary, to be honest? Because it's funny, they just got Kofi back in the tag team thing, and I said this like over weeks or a month ago now, that Kofi Kingston just has amnesia, that you forget this guy was even the WWE champion at one point. It's like as soon as he lost that belt, it was just like no type of rematch. And I know WWE doesn't really do rematches anymore, but never even spoke of it, didn't even talk about a rematch, and never even talk about going back after the title again. He just moved on. You forget he was champion. It's just like the same old Kofi Kingston again, and now he's just back to doing tag stuff again, and all the New Day silly things. No remorse, nothing. Some people say he was going to turn heel. I don't know how true that'll be, but it's just weird how he just has amnesia now. And I guess with the Revival being taken out, I guess it's now going to be the War Raiders, Red Dragon, and New Day. Because I guess they have, 2 heel teams in the face. Now you have 2 face teams and a heel team now in this tag thing. Do I think the New Day will eat the pin in Survivor Series? I don't know. Possibly. Could be. I don't know. But they just won the belts back again, so maybe the New Day will go over, for all I know, and have the War Raiders pin, or like I said before, they're probably going to kill NXT at Survivor Series, so I don't know. Anything could happen, I guess, but, New Day win the titles. I'm not mad, but at the same time, like, it's just kind of strange to me. They just kind of got it back for the fuck of it. Next, Roman Reigns. He was arriving to the arena as Shorty G, as they called him a snitch, telling him what happened. Sami Zayn pretty much talked to Daniel Bryan backstage about the invitation they made a couple weeks ago to join him and Shinsuke. Pretty much says, listen, if you accepted that offer, you could be the NXT champion right now, standing right here. And he told Bryan, like, listen, why don't you talk to Nakamura and, Cesaro, because they're going to be teaming up tonight, okay? So why don't you come to ringside, watch our match tonight, and we'll show you what we can do out there, okay? Next thing you know, Heavy Machinery was coming out. They were getting ready for a match, but next thing you know, the NXT UK attack now. That's just the NXT UK this time, not NXT. Imperium pretty much attacked Heavy Machinery, the NXT UK champion Walter, Fabian Aichner, Marcel Bartel, and Alexander Wolf. They were beating up Heavy Machinery until the New Day, Mustafa Ali, Gable, Apollo Crews came out for the save, then pretty much running off Imperium. So yes, the NXT strikes again, and the only thing difference is that now the UK is involved now. It's the same NXT at the end of the day, just NXT UK, NXT. It's 2 different NXTs, okay? But will Walter be back on the show again? Possibly, since they're in the UK version now of this show. So we'll see what goes on from there. But will Walter even be part of Survivor Series, I wonder now? Could be. I don't know. Next, they interviewed Sasha Banks and Bayley. Bayley was backstage. Remember, talking about how Shayna Baszler is just trying to make herself relevant and everything. Because me and Sasha here were pretty much the forerunners of the NXT women's division. We're the ones that put it on the map at first before any of them could get anywhere they are right now. And they want to talk about this triple threat thing and call me the weak link or the odd one out. Pretty much saying that they're in the ring with a person who has held all 3, the Raw, Smackdown, and NXT women's champions, as Bayley put on. So at least she's trying to get some credibility, because honestly, she is the third wheel. They made her sound like the third wheel out of this whole thing, because you think this match was only about Becky and Baszler after what you saw last Monday. So at least Bayley trying to still be in the flow. Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro win against Mustafa Ali and Shorty G. Let me say one thing about Nakamura's entrance, man. I don't know what Sami Zayn was doing this. What was this? Like, this dancing he does out there? I don't know what that was. I thought it was hilarious, but it's like he was just raving or something to Nakamura's music. Daniel Bryan had watched from the stage, looking at the match. It ended up with Nakamura and Cesaro winning as Sami Zayn distracted the referee. Mustafa Ali was going up top for the 450 after Shasta hit a super kick on Nakamura. Cesaro pushed Shorty G, rapper, basketball player, whatever he is now, off the apron. And he pushed Mustafa Ali up the turnbuckle. Nakamura ended up hitting the Kinshasa for the win, as Bryan pretty much immediately left after that, as Nakamura and, Sammy wondered if he was going to join or not. But yeah, Shorty G still around. Nikki Cross came out, which I believe she was already, I don't know, she already in the ring. No, she already had her entrance. Bayley was on commentary. Sasha Banks came out, who has not wrestled since Hell in a Cell. I believe she had an injury. I do not remember what, but people said it was an injury, so she's finally back in the ring. But there was something different about her entrance. She came out, and next thing you know, everything went kind of black, and then it was the remix of her song. I guess this was the Snoop Dogg version of it. I can tell some people did not like her remix. It does fit her heel character. I don't mind it. It's Snoop. I like Snoop in general. So, Blue, if you want to go, I'm sure you all know what the blue means, especially with the blue hair with the Sasha, Snoop Dogg, Blue. You know what I mean when it comes to Blue. Come on, you already know. But Snoop on the remix. Some people say she used this theme back in NXT. I heard for a minute. I don't know if this is the same song also that happened at WrestleMania 32, if I'm not mistaken. Could it? Because I know Snoop came out and remixed the song with her. I'm not against the song. Do I think it needed to be changed? I guess if it fits her heel character, I don't mind Snoop rapping off of it. I don't mind it. Like I said, I like Snoop. It ain't the best song, but maybe I need to hear it. Give it some time. I'll just give it a little bit of time. But I think some people rather just kept the regular theme song. Some people think it was a necessary change. But hey, you changed Bayley's theme song because she's more heel. So hey, change Sasha's theme song. Except we gonna remix and we gonna put the D-O-double-G on the track. That's what's gonna happen. All right. So Snoop Dogg remixing Sasha Banks' theme song. She ended up going against Nikki Cross. Not a bad match. Only thing knows what Cross throwing attacking Bayley and yelling on the headset, then saying Smackdown and stuff. Sasha ended up winning the match with the bank statement. Pretty much Bayley attacked her then, and Sasha was walking away, but Shayna Baszler came out, attacked Bayley. A big NXT chant happened, and Shayna Baszler ran out there, pretty much suplexed Bayley. Sasha came out, but Baszler got out of there. Basically almost the same thing as last week, except Sasha wasn't attacked this time. But once again, Bayley's on the ground and Baszler attacks, so almost like a rinse and repeat type of thing right here. Okay, so you just saw the same thing. All right. But basically the same thing though. All right, so I don't know. I don't know if she'll show up on Raw. Some people think it's a little bit unnecessary that she was on this show anyways, just because. I don't know. She was on here just to do this for this show in the UK. But yes, Baszler just doing the same thing she did last week. Attack Bayley and leave the ring. Okay, so there you go. But backstage, Sami Zayn was talking to Daniel Bryan, pretty much saying that, listen, we made this invitation out and everything, and, artists get temperamental out there, what you saw in the ring tonight. And he's guilty as anyone. But he asked Bryan, like, if you made up your mind, though, okay? And he says, just, you don't want to go back to the yes movement, okay? You got to move forward, all right? Just move with me. The lights started turning off for a second. I was like, what was with the lights and everything? But he says, we need an answer. Next thing you know, the lights went out again. And then that laugh came. Next thing you know, Daniel Bryan was attacked by Bray Wyatt from behind. Sami Zayn bolted the fuck up out of there. He was like, oh shit. He just ran through the door and he was gone. Once again, they had that red lighting, and Daniel Bryan pretty much, got the mandible claw from Bray Wyatt. So I guess this is now Bray Wyatt's next feud, and it's against Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship, most likely. I could see this going good. Maybe they'll talk about when Bryan was in the Wyatt family for a minute. I don't know. Now, if just don't do the matches with that stupid red light, I'm sick of that shit. That's the only thing that really annoys me out of Bray Wyatt's matches now is the red lighting, because like people said, it looks like a Nintendo Virtual Boy out there or Sin Cara mood lighting, like I've said before. So I just getting tired of the red lighting. It looks cool in some aspects, but it can be very jarring when you're watching a match and you just got all this red lighting going on. So I guess Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt will be in a feud next for the WWE title, since Bray Wyatt, I guess, has picked his new victim now. Tyson Fury came out in his hometown, which, he got a good reaction. Looked like some people popped, but I don't know how many did. Fury pretty much was in his hometown working the crowd up. Pretty much, you see my recent fights and everything. And, he talked about his fight coming up in February, I believe, against Deontay Wilder. They showed a commercial for Deontay Wilder. I think he's got a fight coming up this month, too, by the way, in November. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens with Fury and Wilder at a later date. But he talked about his fight with Strowman, which I'm actually like we're still, I'm surprised we've been still talking about this personally, because I'm like, I thought this Tyson Fury thing was a one-time thing. But now he's back again. And since he's back in his home in Manchester and everything, he called out Strowman. Strowman came out. He says, "You wanted me, here I am." Pretty much he wanted to shake his hand. Listen, we had a hell of a fight at Saudi Arabia. You one of my toughest opponents ever. I don't know how true that is. He offered his handshake to him, and Strowman accepted. But pretty much says, listen, if we ever fight again, we should fight as a tag team. And Strowman says, I like the sound of that. But there aren't two guys backstage stupid enough to fight us unless they want all four of these hands. The BT comes out. Curtis Axel immediately says, hey, man, we're stupid enough to fight you. And pretty much Bo Dallas is like, that's not what he means, okay? And when they kind of got, they want to show that they're fearless, Strowman charged into them, doing his running thing, across the ring, knocking both the B team down, throwing them back in the ring. Bo Dallas gets knocked down by a right hand by Tyson Fury, and Strowman hits a power slam on Axel as they celebrated. Honestly, does anybody really want to see this? I swear to you, does anybody really want to see this whole Tyson Fury go on? I thought this was just a one-time thing, since they paid the guy $15 million anyways to go all the way out there for that match, which honestly was just forgettable in general. But do you really honestly want to see them as a fucking tag team now? Not really. I don't want to see it, and I don't know why they still got this going. Should they be doing something with Strowman, prepare for Survivor Series or something? I don't know what this is going with, okay? I don't know if this will be a team. I guess Tyson Fury wants to keep going with this. I mean, if the guy can learn to wrestle, maybe I'll give this a chance. But honestly, who cares if him and Braun Strowman are a team? Strowman is directionalist, because now they're in feud, but now they're friends. Like, hey, man, we put on a good fight, so let's team together. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville went against Carmella and Dana Brooke, which was supposed to be a match for last week. Dana Brooke trying to dance to Carmella's song. I don't understand. And I guess this match was to determine who was going to be part of Team Smackdown at Survivor Series. Sasha's already on the team. So what happens? Carmella and Dana Brooke end up winning. Dana Brooke won with a senton from the top rope. I am surprised they just didn't have Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville in this. That's what I expect them to go with. But I don't know what they're doing, Sonya and Mandy right now. I don't know, but for some reason I just expect the heels go over, because once I was like, Dana Brooke and Carmella are part of Team Smackdown with Sasha, I was like, this shit ain't gonna end well. This will not end well. I'm telling you that right now. This shit is not gonna end well, especially for Smackdown over who you already put on this team. So there you go. It's not gonna end well. Roman Reigns came out. Roman Reigns came out. Only guy to get pyro on this show. The only guy to get pyro on this show. Ends up going against Corbin. Listen, man, what do I have to say about this match? I'm not going to lie. I was almost zoned out low-key through this match. And I just remember Rude and Ziggler coming out there helping Corbin. And pretty much after the commercial, Roman was coming back. He took out Ziggler and Rude, with some Superman punches and a spear, because he was about to do it on, Corbin and everything with the spear, but it didn't go. But after Roman took both of them out, Corbin ended up using the end of days to beat Roman Reigns in the middle of the ring. So I don't know. The match wasn't bad, but who really thought Roman was really lose? Well, he did lose, but who really cared about Roman versus Corbin even 2 weeks ago? Who cared about this match? Okay, so in a way, SmackDown is in its way back to its old self. I don't know. Was it really much built to Survivor Series? Not really, unless you want to count the NXT people that showed up on this show in the UK tonight. I don't know. All right, but SmackDown was just kind of whatever. In a way, it wasn't honestly a lot going on. Out of a couple things, and yes, maybe some new theme songs or some NXT appearances and stuff. But I was kind of liking where they were going. Sami Zayn trying to get Bryan to join, but now since Bray Wyatt's in the feud, I don't know how that's gonna turn out to be. But that is gonna be a feud too. But yeah, Sasha Banks remix song. I don't know. I just didn't care about the Corbin promo. That was just dying 1,000 deaths out there. I just didn't really care about Reigns versus Corbin because, in a way, you already know who's going to win the match. But since Rude and Ziggler came out, ended up with Corbin winning the match. So, SmackDown, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was just kind of zoned out when I got near the end. Tyson Fury, I don't know why. Dana Brooke and Carmella on Team SmackDown, I don't know why. Baszler attacking, I was like probably one of the loudest things out there because of NXT, but I don't know how much NXT was actually going to show up on this show tonight again for SmackDown. I don't know, they need to bring more of the heavy hitters, I assume, but yeah, that's my review. And you know what, this is why most likely I will be going to TakeOver. You know, I think I'm going to do it. I think I am going to go to TakeOver. I think it'll be worth it, just because I've never been to an NXT show, and I think going to War Games would be a great experience, and it will be fun too. Like I said before, man, my brother offered me going to Survivor Series with his girlfriend, but I think I'd rather go to NXT War Games than go to Survivor Series. So I think I may be going to NXT War Games. But I will be back tomorrow night, hopefully with a full gear review. I do not know how that's going to work because I have to go to the dentist tomorrow morning, and I'm going to have some more work done on my mouth, and I don't know if I will be able to even do a review. Hopefully I do not have a lot of blood in my mouth, but it will be till nighttime when that review happens. But I can already tell my mouth is going to be in pain, and I'm going to be on a lot of pills that day every 6 hours. I just know that. This is why I could not do that New Japan review, which I don't know why I still haven't came back and done it with Hiromu Takahashi returning. Because I really did want to do that review on Sunday, but I was just out of commission and just pills, medicine, and that shit's just fucking painful at the dentist. So, yeah, I got to go there tomorrow morning. So, I will hopefully be back with a full gear review if I'm able to do it though. But other than that, I may be going to War Games also, so that's probably gonna be a thing too. But other than that, I'm gonna roll from here. I will see you guys later. Tell me what you thought about tonight's show. Comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890, and check out any other reviews of any show throughout this week, from AEW to NXT to Impact Wrestling to Monday Night Raw. All of those reviews are posted up online right now, so please check out those and tell me what you think about all those shows during the week. But I am done with this review of SmackDown. I'm done. I'm out here. I have prepared myself for in the morning. Peace out.